Hello dear tea friends from around the world. Welcome to a new tea class with me, Stéphane Erler. Today we are discussing and studying Lu Yu, his Jing, his classic of tea. And this is a series of classes that we have started this semester. And if you did not catch the previous episodes, you can see them not on the live but on the videos. So now that I'm making the videos live on YouTube, the place where they are stored has changed. So I hope this will not confuse you. I still create a playlist where I separate the different languages: French under the French, German under the German, and English under the English language. So thank you very much for joining today's class. It's going to be about the utensils of the tea preparation. It's the second part. There are lots of utensils necessary for the preparation of Tang Dynasty tea, and it's going to take us another class to finish them all. And according to Lu Yu, if there is just one piece missing, he cannot make tea. So so all these utensils are very important, and today we are going even to see the most important one. It's maybe, if there's only one thing to learn from this book, it will be in today's lesson. So I hope that you will stick. It will happen at the end. So let's start with accessory number 12, the tub or the bucket. Also called xuefang in Chinese. The tub is made of an assembly of pieces of tan oak, sophora, Japanese catalpa, bole catalpa, and other woods. It is lacquered inside and out to waterproof. It has a capacity of 10 sheng. 1 sheng is 0.6 liters, so 10 sheng, that would be 6 liters. Maybe roughly 1.6 gallons. I'll let you do the math. You are better than me on the gallon side. Okay, number 13, the filter. It is no different from everyday filters. It is made of molten copper to prevent humidity from causing verdigris to appear and giving a bad taste. If hammered copper is used, verdigris is deposited. If iron is used, the metal rusts and also gives a bad taste. The hermits of the forests and valleys use filters made of wood and green bamboo, but these utensils do not last very long and are not practical to take on distant trips. This is why copper is used instead. The bag is woven in the round with strips of green bamboo and covered with a very tight green fabric, decorated with fine emerald adornment. We also make a dark green bag to wrap it. The filter has a diameter of 5 inches and the handle 1 inch and 5. So here again, his concern about these utensils is the taste of the tea. And therefore for the filter, because it can rust with the humidity, it should be made of copper and only molten copper, otherwise it will impart a bad taste. Number 14, the ladle, piao. The ladle is also called shi shao, a shi spoon. It is made from a gourd cut in half or from carved wood. In the Rhapsody of Chuan Ti by Du Yu of the Western Jin, there is a verse, "Water is drawn with the gourd," in which the object is designated by its material, the gourd. The opening of the ladle is wide, the neck is thin, and the handle is short. During the Yongjia era, 307 to 313, Yu Hong of Yuyao went to Waterfall Mountain to pick tea. There he met a Taoist who told him this: "I, Master Colin de Cinnabar, I ask you another day to offer me what remains of the tea in your cup and your spoon, she. She points to a wooden ladle. The one commonly used today is made of pear wood. Now, this ladle, we don't use it in our tea ceremony anymore in order to use tea. Now we are using these kettles which have a spout. However, we can still find a ladle in a particular tea ceremony, which is the chadao, the mocha Japanese tea ceremony, where they use a ladle made of wood or bamboo, but this time instead of being of a gourd shape, so roundish shape, it has a long straight handle, and it's quite long, and it's very elegant, and it adds a lot to the elegant feeling, the aesthetics of Chadao, and this comes directly from the Tang Dynasty. Number 15, bamboo chopsticks. Bamboo chopsticks can also be made from peach wood, willow wood, fan palm wood, or sometimes persimmon heartwood. They are a foot long and coated with silver on both ends. The salt container. The salt container is made of stoneware. It measures 4 inches in diameter. It has the shape of a round box or that of a bottle of terracotta vase. We keep the salt crystals in there. The pod, Jie, made of bamboo, is 4 1/10 inches long and 9/10 of an inch wide. Jie points to a strip of bamboo. So here, not just a container of salt, but also a little spoon to add the salt in the water, because the Tang Dynasty is the last dynasty in which there is still a spice added to tea. Before Tang, there were a lot of different spices that were added to make tea, but in Tang, the only spice left over was salt that helped to enhance a little bit the taste. And when you put a little bit of salt on your food, it makes the whole food experience a bit more sharper, and it's exhausting more the flavors. So this had the same effect at that time, and he insists of that there should be a container to preserve it, because it's a very valuable thing, salt. At the end of the Tang Dynasty, we have a very beautiful set from a prince who kind of forgot it in a temple. It was behind a wall, and when the Tang Dynasty fell, probably this prince and his family were vanquished, or they went into exile or were killed, and for over 1,000 years this tea set was forgotten in this temple, in the Farman temple. And when they did some renovations in the 1980s, the wall behind which it was hidden broke down, and then it was discovered. I want to show you what this salt container looks like, because you will see that it looked really very, very beautiful. Last time I showed you already the how to say, to grind the grinder. Yep. Of course, when I'm looking for it, I don't find it, but where is it hidden? Yep. Don't tell me I cannot find it. I just found it a couple of hours ago. Yep. Where has it gone? Da-da-da. Now this is really playing a trick on me. Here it is. Okay. I hope you can see it. this is what it looks like. Very beautiful. We see a lot of it's made of silver and with some gold inlays on 3 feet to make it even look more precious, and covered so that it won't catch too much humidity. Okay, number 17, the hot water vase. It is used to contain hot water. It is made of porcelain or terracotta and has a capacity of 2 sheng, therefore 1.2 liters. Now let's come to the masterpiece, the bowl 1. The best bowls are from Yuezhou, followed from those from Dingzhou and Wuzhou. The best bowls are also those made from Yueyang, followed by those of Shouzhou and Hongzhou. Some say that Xingzhou bowls surpass those of Yuezhou. It is not so. If Qing porcelain is comparable to silver, Yue stoneware has the beauty of jade. This is the first point which makes Qing porcelain of inferior quality to Yue stoneware. If Qing porcelain is comparable to snow, Yue stoneware is comparable to ice. This is the second point of the superiority of Yue stoneware or over Qing porcelain. In white Qing porcelain, the tea takes on a carmine red color. In blue-gray Yue stoneware, it takes on a beautiful green color. This is the third criterion of the inferiority of Qing porcelain compared to Yue stoneware. This is what Dru means in his Rhapsody of Chuan Tea when he writes, "The choice ceramics come from Dong'o." Dong'o is none other than Yue. For bowls, Yue is the best. Its stoneware has an unhemmed lip, a thin ringed base, and a capacity of less than half a sheng. As the sandstones of Yuezhou and Yueyang in Hunan are blue-green, their color highlights that of the tea, which takes on a white-green hue. In Xingzhou porcelain, white in color, the tea turns red. In the Shouzhou sandstones, yellow in color, it takes on a purple tint. In those from Hongzhou, which are brown, it takes on a black color. None of those bowls are suitable for tea. Okay, a lot of information to unpack in this chapter, especially now on this paragraph about bowl 1. And Louis comes with a ranking, his top 5 of bowls, which are the best bowls to use. And in this top 5, he says, I'm going to surprise you, because many of you think that Xingzhou wares are better than are the best bowls. I don't think so, and he gives 3 reasons why. Now, let me first show you what Qing bowl looks like. We have one in the National Palace Museum in Taipei. So here it is. So here it says, this bowl from the Tang Dynasty, from Xingzhou, is of a very white color, white like snow. Whereas the bowl from Yuezhou is of a celadon color. He did not, so more greenish in color. Let me try to find also one. I think it's in the other book. There's also one in the National Palace Museum. Actually, it is here. So actually, here we have again on the same on the Xingzhou bowl, and on this other side on top you can see a Uejo bowl, which is therefore much more of a celadon color. And so the first criteria is that the color is much more a color that reminds people of jade. And jade in China is really the most important stone. Is almost has a spiritual meaning, because at that time people, when they were buried, also had some jade to protect them in the afterlife. Some of ancient burials, especially, there was even a custom of using small pieces of jade and making a cloth for the whole body in the coffin. So jade really had a spiritual connection with for the afterlife, and was very, very valuable, much more valuable than silver. So to say that that they are able to make bowls that look like jade, for them at that time is already a huge accomplishment. It's like for us in the Middle Age to be able to turn lead into gold. Let's drink some tea. That's my side benefit of doing these tea classes. I'm drinking tea at the same time. So this is criterion number one. The color of the bowl itself is more beautiful. Jade is more beautiful than silver or snow. And then in terms of appearance, the glow, it says Xingzhou glows, appears like snow, but Yuezhou appears like ice. So it has, it is more sharp. It is reflects better the color. Snow will not be as shiny like a mirror, but ice reflects much better. So this is criterion number two. In this point, I have to point to two little mistakes in this book. Not mistake by Louis, but mistake by the translator, who adds a note saying that porcelain was only invented in the year 650, so just a little bit before the Tang Dynasty. This is false. The porcelain was already matured in the Eastern Han Dynasty. That's in the year 25 to 200 of our time. And so it had really already more time to advance. Otherwise, it would not have become so refined at the time of the Tang Dynasty. And another thing you will have heard in the in this paragraph, the writer who translated from Louis, he distinguishes between the Xingzhou porcelain and the Yue stoneware. However, celadon, you can say, already has porcelain-like qualities. Nowadays, in theory, what makes porcelain? Porcelain needs three characteristics. It needs to be glazed. It needs to have a white body made of kaolin, and it needs to be fired over 1200 degrees. So these criteria were already achieved during the Eastern Han, but Yue bowls can be considered as porcelain also. Their body under the glaze is white. It's just the glaze that has a greenish hue. So here I don't really fully agree with the using two different words to say that Xingzhou bowls are porcelain and Yuezhou are stoneware. Actually, they are both porcelain. So this also to clarify the wordings. Even if the glaze is not white, if the body is white, then it's still considered porcelain because it's glazed and waterproof thanks to the high firing. So this is criteria number 2, that the glazing of Yuezhou is more like ice, for Xingzhou is more like snow. And much more important for us who are drinking tea is criteria number 3. He says the tea looks better in this celadon bowl than in the white bowl. In the white bowl, funnily, it will look red, but the tea will look green in the celadon bowl from Yuezhou. And this is, of course, a fact because in the Tang Dynasty they were using only green tea. There was only one family of tea that was that existed at that time. Nowadays, this can be a bit different because we have other types of teas. We have white, yellow, oolong, red tea, and fermented teas. So depending on which type of tea you brew, you will obtain a different color, which might match better with a certain type of color of a cup or bowl. So nowadays we might get different results, but during the Tang Dynasty with green tea, it does make sense to say that the character of the Tang Dynasty green tea is more about freshness, lightness, and therefore to have a bowl that makes the tea look more green is much more in line with this character of freshness that you are expecting from tea, whereas if your Tang Dynasty green tea starts to look red, you will feel, no, it's not as fresh as I wish it were. And even worse, if it starts to look violet or brown, then these colors are even less appetizing and feel less fresh, and therefore these bowls from other places are even less useful for the tea drinkers, and the tea drinkers should not use them because tea just doesn't look right from when it is put in these bowls. So this is a very, very interesting paragraph about bowls, and what makes it even more interesting is that later in the Tang Dynasty there was talk about a secret color, and this secret color, the mystery was only revealed when they found this collection that I just told you about in this Famen temple in the 1980s, because in this collection there was a bowl listed as being of a secret color. So that usually the historians, they only had text about the secret color, but there was no matching item to know what this secret color is, and of course, because it was a secret color, nobody would tell you in this text where it come from. However, for the first time, there was a possibility to match the item with the list, and I'm going to show you the secret color bowl that was unearthed in this Famen temple. I also think that this should be quite okay. We can see the color quite nice, and this is indeed a very green bluish looking clay, and this is a Yuejo bowl. So actually, had we asked Louis for this secret color, actually Louis already told us what the secret color is in his charging. It is bowls from Yuejo. Just later on, the emperors did not want this to be known by the general public that they are using balls from Yuejo, so they started to say, oh, this is a secret color, we don't want to let you know where it comes from, we want to be the only ones who know what is really the top color for balls. So, but actually the secret had been already revealed by Louis in his book, Charging. And up to today, we are using his advice to put our tea in different cups to see how the tea will look like in order to determine which cup is the most suitable for our tea. I hope that this will inspire you to make this experiment at home with the different teas that you brew and with the different cups that you have. I think this makes a lot of sense, and this will also let you think about more what is the appropriate color, what is beauty, what is a beautiful color, and as I'm drinking this tea, I wish you a wonderful tea experience with your teas and your ware. And this Baozhong, Chini Baozhong, has brewed for now the time of my class. It tastes great. If you feel it's too strong or too cold, you may add some hot water again, or to concentrate. Otherwise, just continue to drink it like this. This is one of the the easiest way of brewing tea, especially when you don't have time, when you have something else to do, like giving a class about Louis charging. Thank you very much for your interest. I will take your questions in a few moments, and I wish you a wonderful week. I see you next week for another class about Yixing teapots, always at the same time, New York time, 10 o'clock, no, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 o'clock p.m. in Taiwan, and I will continue this class about Louis charging in 4 weeks. So I hope to see you again. Thank you very much for your interest. Give me a thumbs up if you like this lesson, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you will get all the notifications and won't miss a class. Bye bye. And now let me see if you have any questions that I will answer right away. This is the part that I usually delete at the end, so this is a bonus for people who are with me live. Oh, hello Terry Todd. Thank you very much for your order this weekend. I'm glad that you are here and that you enjoyed the class. Elizabeth writes, fascinating, I'm brewing the same way along with you. Great, and glad that it has inspired you, Elizabeth. Terry, what are you brewing? So I'm brewing the Chinu Baozhong. Baozhong is easier to brew in this way because it is already striped open, not like High Mountain Oolong, which is rolled and needs more strength, more heat to open up. With Baozhong, this is much more suitable. Of course, it's also very suitable for green tea, but today is a little bit cool, so I preferred to have a little bit higher oxidized Baozhong rather than green tea, which would be a little bit too cold today. Elizabeth writes, a concubine oolong, which really needs heat to open, but for the experiment, I'm trying in an open bowl. Well, and later on, Elizabeth writes, it tastes sweet but mild. Nice. Yes, the mildness is because it's not able to open up right away in the first brew. If you are brewing it continuously, it will continue to open up. Just it will take longer than a Baozhong to release all its flavors. That's why in the beginning it will taste milder than usual because you are not able to open it up so completely. So it's not ideal, but it's still you're still getting flavors. Sometimes that's also better to have a good tea this way than a no tea at all.